Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between NightCloNe and Frustration on Ruins of Endion. This is a GM level game that was suggested to me in the comments of one of my videos. If you too see a GM level game that you'd like to see cast, go ahead and put it in my comments. I will see it and then I'll probably cast it. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is NightCloNe. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Frustration. Alright, so PvT, which means we could see Reapers and Adepts. Holy shamoly. Alright, I already said my rules on this. I will name one Adept that comes out or two Adepts that come out together, but I'm not going to name Mass Adept. I'm not going to name Mass Reaper. That's not how we're going to do things. Alright. So it does look all the world like a Reaper expand from NightCloNe. Possibly could get some Adepts out of our Protoss player Frustration, but not super likely now that Marines do take 3 shots to kill from an Adept. So I have my list ready to go, and we'll have to see if we can be happy about it. So Ruins of Endion, again, a pretty good game, or a pretty good map. For pretty good games, I'd say. Fairly safe expands up along the side of the map here. Again, these are not starting positions. You cannot start here. A pretty fun little base you can take here does require the removal of rocks, which means Zerg usually isn't going to do it in the early game, or likely not at all. And you have this gold base down here that is protected by rocks here and rocks here, which happens to be the quickest way to get from you to your opponent. So this can turn into a pretty heavily traveled highway, which makes holding this base very difficult indeed. So bop it out. What do we get? Oh, it's a Marine. Come on, man. NightCloNe, I had my list ready to go, and it is going to be a Cybernetics core, so it could be either a Stalker or an Adept popping out of this gateway. We'll just have to hope that Frustration helps us name our stuff. And actually, did I get names for single Adepts? Maybe I should just use some of my Reaper names for them. I don't know. I need to go back and look at my comments on that one. I just realized I don't have a list for single Adepts, just for duos at this point. But hey, whatever. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens and be happy with it either way. And it is going to be an... Come on, Frustration. You can do it. It's going to be the Adept. Okay, so as long as nobody feels too weird about this, I'm going to go ahead and use one of my Reaper names on this Adept. If so, please let me know in the comments that you hate the idea, and we'll see if we can fix it. But here we go. Reaper name. We're going to name this guy Rodrigo Rodriguez. Now, again, this might be a problem because Adepts are female and Reapers are dudes, so a lot of the names for dudes, or for, as an SCV gets shot upon by the Mothership Core, a lot of the names are for dudes. They don't really work for women, but that's a-okay. This is going to be Rodrigo. He is setting on off. He is very brave indeed, and unfortunately, there are currently 3 Marines on the field with more coming out. Once you have 5 to 6 Marines, you can take care of an Adept very quickly, assuming your micro is on point. Frustration is also following up with a Stargate and getting Warp Gate research. NightCloNe working on that starport. And actually knocking down the rocks there. Oh, that's what the Marines have been doing that whole time. Alright, so knocking down rocks, holding the zone like a watchtower does tell Rodrigo that the rocks are down. Yes, can see the rocks are missing. Can't see this because that part is not available. But using intuition, you can tell the rocks are now covering that. There's no real reason to go over there unless you want to get shot at from behind some rocks. Marine is ready to do just that thing in case an Adept shows up. There's that base. The Reaper Expand has lived up to its name once again. And immediately a Medevac, a Widow Mine, and a Barrack. So this is going to be a Marine Widow Mine drop out of NightCloNe. Is Frustration prepared for this in any way, shape, or form? Does have a Phoenix. I like to see Phoenix in the situation. They can shoot down Medevacs fairly well with 1 or 2 of them. A robotics facility coming out for Frustration up in the top left there. And there's that first Phoenix on the way. So yep, loading up with the Marines. Perfect number of Marines. Perfect number of Widow Mines, which is going to be 1. Right now, APM for these guys, 220 on average for both, which is fantastical. Trying to just sneak on over and see what damage can be done. But again, the Phoenix is out. This is ready with a Photon Overcharge. And really worried about things right now is NightCloNe. Did you scan? Did you see what's happening here? Nope. Just took a bit of a break, bit of a breather before boosting on in. And here comes the Stalker. You got to catch that Widow Mine first. Photon Overcharge getting 3 hits off. Oh, that was nice. Widow Mine, double Widow Mine burrowing itself here. Do they get it? No, they don't get it. Oh, that was a big time hit on that Widow Mine. Widow Mine number 2 got 1 single kill. The Marines themselves, not a real big threat right now. Widow Mine's more of a problem. Can they get any probes? You're going to get a probe? You're going to get a probe? No, yes, you get a probe. How are you still alive? I guess a lot of DPS was being used on those 2 Widow Mines, which are now gone. Was that our Adept? Was that Rodrigo? Oh, Rodrigo, you got killed by a Widow Mine. What an inglorious fate for you. That's got to be sad. All right, so 3rd Nexus on the way for Frustration. Phoenix pushing on out, trying to see what they can see. And yeah, just continued marine production here from NightCloNe. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Go for those marines, man. Couple tech labs being used for upgrades, and also marine production here on those. Phoenix do fly in, try to kill some stuff. There's a missile turret on the way, but it's not ready yet, and a couple SCVs are going to die for that slight oversight. Few SCVs. The one building the turret, yes, the one building the turret, absolutely solid play by Frustration, targeting down that one. That is the trouble, but don't get in range of those marines. They will burn you out of the sky faster than you can say ow. Missile turret getting some shots off. Missile turrets do not burn Phoenix out of the sky faster than they can say ow. Third Nexus is up for Frustration. Income tab is 35 to 48. Frustration is in the lead right now. And I remember this particular game was played as part of a GM level online tournament inside the StarCraft 2 client. So that's something you have access to no matter what level you are. You can do online tournaments. Usually they're single elimination. Usually there are not many people involved. So it's like 1 or 2 games, 1 game and you're out type stuff, which can be frustrating, but also fun because it's fast. And yeah, available all the way from Bronze to GM. So if you want to hone your skills and play against people in a pressure-filled environment like the pros do, go ahead and sign up for those online tournaments. If you win, you will get a trophy. Neither of these players have one. So I don't know if I was mistold about that detail or what, but perhaps that was a different game I was thinking of. Anyway, Twilight Council popping on up for the Protoss player. There is an armory coming up for that +2/+2 that is so darn useful. These Phoenix are still killing stuff. What is happening? What is happening? That's a lot of dead workers to this point. Is 10 workers killed by Frustration? And any of these Phoenix, have they died? I don't think they have. They've been very, very tricksy indeed. Tricksy Phoenixes. Another command center turned into an orbital command. Upgraded, if that's the term you prefer. Going to land on this third base. Try to see what it can do as far as assisting with the war effort against the evil Protoss. Concussive shells up. Concussive shell, Lyra said concussive shells. Infantry weapons at level 1 being researched, just about done, and it can now do level 2 because that armory, okay, not yet, but the armory is just about complete. That timing was not bad at all. Immortal, Stalker, Sentry mixed on in, knocking down these rocks. As I said, 7 minutes, not super early game, but you have enough DPS to do it, so why not expand here and take your 4th here instead of this one, which is more difficult to defend. It's kind of farther away here. The 1, 2, and 3 just kind of lead into each other. 4th base 2. Makes sense. There's more of that popping. If you're hearing popping in the background, I don't know if you can even hear it, but it's fireworks. It's not guns. So don't worry that there are drive-bys in my neighborhood. My neighborhood is a lot safer than that. As it is the 3rd of July. It is the night of the 3rd of July, and Utahns really love their Independence Day celebrations. And as such, we'll do fireworks all the live-long weekend, and probably in through Tuesday, if they can legally. Not entirely sure what the laws are there. Gonna lose a Phoenix. No, doesn't lose a Phoenix at all. Observer sitting here trying to see what's going on with the Terran player. Terran has been a little bit defensive since that early drop. They did fairly well. Did kill a few workers in that end. I mean, what did they get? 4 workers killed. However, it's now 48 to 66. The Protoss player looking fantastic in this situation. Phoenix trying to kill stuff. Is there anything defending this missile turret? Almost complete. A lot of Marines down here with that +1 attack. Soon to have +2. And you know what? The Phoenix say, we're going to kill your stuff anyway. Yeah, we might lose a couple Phoenix, but that's definitely worth it to destroy your mules. Oh, that's so much lost mineral income. And actually, yeah, so the mule does go over to the other. Are you harvesting from this or this? Wait, do they harvest over SCVs? They do! I think I knew that once, but I totally forgot. So mules do not need to wait their turn. If something is being actively harvested, they can harvest right over the top of an SCV. So that's what makes mules great. Alright, so forgot about that one. Phoenix do take out. Was that a medevac? Holy shamoly, I think they just killed a medevac. These Phoenix are the MVPs of this game so far. Really incredibly active. APM getting around 220 or so, 260 up for NightCloNe, but Frustration sitting around that 220 mark. NightCloNe is around 300 at this point, but throughout the entire game, that's what we've seen. The scan, the kill of the Observer. NightCloNe knew it was there. He knew there was an Observer sitting there. Protoss players do that all the time. Might as well scan and kill it. Get rid of some more information. This is a replacement adept. We're not going to name her, though. It's just been a little bit too late into the game. More stuff going on. The naming random adepts at the 9-minute mark of the game. Are you still? Holy cow. They are still killing SCVs. And not even, there we go. Now taking some missile turret shots, but not that many. 1 Phoenix dies. Oh, a couple more die there. Whoop, 3 more die there. A little bit too close to the fire. Flew too close to the sun there, Icarus. What is that? That was way too close to the sun. And the Phoenix decide to fly on home. 17 workers killed by Frustration. A lot of dead Phoenix, though. Not sure how Frustration feels about that. 133 to 162 total supply. NightCloNe is very heavy on Marine composition, which means you need Storm, you need Disruptors, you need something. Frustration to deal with that. And then, hey, we're going to have Storm. Is Storm being researched? No, not quite yet, and they don't have it. I'd like to see some Storm pop up here eventually. That +3 attack is excellent, though, as well as that +2 ground armor. I love that upgrade. One of the remaining 2 Phoenix. Oh, they might actually catch a couple shots on that medevac. A small detachment is sent behind to kill the Phoenix, and the rest of them want to knock down these rocks. There are going to be Immortals down here. Still no Storm available. I mean, might as well make them Archons at this point. Force Fields could be excellent in this situation as well. Force Field these guys on out, and no, whiffing a little bit there. A little bit too late to really catch anybody below the Force Fields. He hasn't, it's only 2 sentries though. Not really enough to effectively wall this off. Is he just going for this? He's just going for it, man. And he has Storm. What? What is happening here? He has Storm. Oh, was it just an energy thing? I bet it was just an energy thing. Just kidding. Storm was available. They didn't have enough energy, so I couldn't tell it was down there, but excellent. Having Storm right now is so useful. Nice concave, though, from NightCloNe. Storm on the left side, killing a lot of units. NightCloNe not dodging exceptionally well, but still, a lot of DPS from this army. The Zealots do not have charge. Is that correct? They do have charge. It's just on cooldown right on there. Observer's still alive, which is useful for killing those pesky little Widow Mines that are left behind when the army retreats. So no worry about those. Another base coming up for Frustration. Resources lost tab. Units killed here is 82 to 43, and about 5,400 to 5,900 units lost. Frustration has lost more, but is to be expected as Terran is more cost efficient. Ghost Academy coming up. NightCloNe possibly going for some EMPs against the Protoss Filth Marine. It's 11 at a time right now. That's a lot of Marines, and which means the Storm is that much more effective. I like it. I like having Storm right here. I mean, with a combination of Force Field, so like a Force Field back here and then a Storm right there, that seems like something I would try to do if I was Protoss, but a little bit more difficult than just saying it and making it so. Income tab 58 to 76, almost a 20 worker lead right now for Frustration. Looking good. Income definitely higher than the Terran army, moving right on in. A bit of storming of his own unit situation there. Not good. Archons trying to kill stuff. Liberator does make an appearance. Is that the first Liberator we've seen in this game? First pair? It might be so, and that's a problem for Frustration because he lost all of his Phoenix earlier in the game. They'd be very useful right now to take down these here super annoying Liberators, but as it stands, he doesn't have much to deal with it. He does have, I don't know, a bunch of Stalkers with +3 attacks. That's not bad. He has a hallucinated Colossus. That's fun. You got to blink in. There's the blink in, focusing down the Liberators first. 1, 2, and 3 get focused down. Bit of a storm walk into situation there by NightCloNe. Got to be careful walking into those storms. You guys do have +3 attack and +1 armor versus +3, +2 with +3 armor on the way for Frustration. Personal cloaking coming up for those ghosts, and yeah, they should be useful in the incoming battles. They have EMP, and are they going to throw it down? Yes, there's one, but pushing through his Frustration does not care. Trying to kill these Liberators. Yes, he does it. Has NightCloNe in full retreat right now. This 4th base is super harassed. War Prism tried to do some stuff on up here. I'm not sure how successful that was, but forces to cancel. This might be the death knell for NightCloNe. It's 167 to 102 total supply. Excellent, excellent job with the upgrades by Frustration. Pretty good storms there as well. Another warping of Zealots up here killing stuff. Workers killed is now 31 for NightCloNe. No. Focus the SCVs. There you go. Try to focus SCVs instead of dealing with the Bio Army. That's not what you want to do. And then they end up dead. Pushing through here while the army's a little bit distracted. Frustration. Can he put the hammer down? Right now, I don't know if he can actually do it. He's sitting right on the doorstep, which is where you do not want the Protoss army to be if they are your enemy. Archon, Immortal, Stalker, backtracking just a little bit. Free command center if you want it. I mean, you have anti-air, right? So command center decides not to land, after all, as intelligently recognizes there is an army below him. 179 to 119 total supply. Warp Prism does another round of Zealot Warpins, recognizing there's no army here. Everybody is pretty much F2'd together, are they? I mean, sort of. There are actually not many hotkeys being used at all, which is interesting. Just the barracks and the command centers. Zealots killing a lot more SCVs. Can they take care of these Marines? I don't think they can. Especially not with some ghosts mixed in there. Doing 26 damage versus light. Yeah, that hurts a lot. Big time attack coming in. EMPs tossed down. Storms being used as well. Liberators falling from the skies. Frustration doing an amazing job with them. Immortals trying to do this, and that's it. A GG from NightCloNe using the fancy new emoji GG, which you all have available to you. Not sure how to do that one exactly. Perhaps somebody in the comments can tell me how to do it, but that's cool. NightCloNe calls the GG, is defeated, and Frustration is victorious. Well done, by Frustration. Really dealt with those Liberators excellently well. How many are there left on the field? None. No Liberators. I feel like he killed at least 10 or so. Nice job with Blink Stalkers. Nice job with Storm. I love the composition that he had. The Immortals were great. 8 kills, 10 kills, 5 kills, 4 kills, 2 kills. Adept at the front got 5 kills. Was EMP'd. Maybe at this moment. I do not know. And is that the beginning of another storm being cast right there? It seems like it could be. It's always fun to see these little frozen in time snapshots. But regardless, good macro here. Really had a good worker count lead over the Terran most of the game. Had some pretty good positioning as well. Never really committed to a fight he knew he'd lose. If he was worried about it, he backed off. He threw some storms down to try to deal with the pursuing Terran army. It was a very marine-heavy composition. As a result, storms were extra good, and Frustration takes the win. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.